Yo's me, your boy, Shonen Boy, here today. I'm here today to talk about Kaiju number 8, Season 1 and Season 2. Let's get straight into this. So, I wanted to go over today about one of my favorite animes that I've watched recently, Kaiju number 8, Season 1 and 2, and just give you my thoughts on it and go over some of the characters that I like and give you my thoughts on it overall. So, let's get straight into this. So, Season 1 of Kaiju number 8 is okay. I wouldn't say it's the best because of the animation and art was a bit choppy at some points, and it wasn't and some of the models weren't the best, and the art was kind of like but it was pretty good overall when it comes to the animation and the art of Kaiju number 8 Season 1. Season 2, on the other hand, the animation was really good. Like, it was top-notch animation. It was consistent from all the way through, and most of the character models and the artwork were really, really good. And I really liked, the characters and everything like that. Getting to see the story sort of like progress. Kafka, you follow the main character Kafka. He goes from being basically a nobody to he's just a cleanup crew member, and he's just cleaning up kaiju guts and everything like that, and then he gets taken over by this like kaiju bug type of creature that goes into his body and gives him kaiju powers. That's basically the start of the anime. And he's able to turn into this, humanoid kaiju monster, called Kaiju number 8, and that's what they dub it as. And he goes throughout the anime, trying to help out the defense force, the kaiju extermination force, as best he can. And he, fights various kaiju here and there, and he meets a lot of characters along the way. I'll get to them in a minute. And then he gets found out that he is a kaiju in a human body. He is a kaiju in a human body, and then he he fights the director, and he and then he gets put into the the first division in season 2, and then from season 2 onwards he's in the first division, and he's fighting various kaiju and everything like that, and they're using his abilities to defeat the kaiju because they are a big threat in the story. So and there's one big kaiju that is the villain of this story, Kaiju number 9. We finished at the end where at the end of season 2 where Kaiju number 8 and Kaiju number 9 were going to have a battle, but we ended the season when Kaiju number 9 found Kaiju number 8. And Kaiju number 9, he's a kaiju that is a learning kaiju. He's an evolving kaiju where he he kills humans and basically absorbs them and gains their knowledge and their powers, and that's what he did with the various humans that he that he consumed. He gained their knowledge and their power, and that's also what he did with the with the director of the of the Kaiju Defense Force Division. He consumed that person, and then he learned all of his knowledge about the defense force and everything like that. So So I've given you the baseline of what the story's all about. I'm just gonna go over all of the characters and everything like that. So So the first, character I wanted to go over is the main character, Kafka. Now, Kafka, honestly, he's not my favorite character, but I like him. He is a alright main character, but I wouldn't really call him my favorite, you know what I'm saying? He is a good main character, and he's a very, basic main character, and he does he does get a very, cool moments, and he has a lot of very cool moments with his, fighting as Kaiju number 8, and getting some really awesome, moments of, fighting different kaiju, and, beating them and everything like that. It's a really he has a really cool power up. Like he has a really cool sort of like power and everything like that. So yeah, I like him. He's a decent main character, but I wouldn't say he's my favorite. So yeah. And that's how I feel about Kafka as a whole. The next character that I want to talk about is Hoshina. Hoshina is the vice captain of the 3rd division, and he is very cool. I want to say he's probably my one of my favorite characters, and he is definitely up there with one of my favorite characters. And him getting his power up at the end of season 2, where he gets a Kaiju suit, and he gets Kaiju number 10's suit, and he goes crazy and everything like that. He gets a very big power up, and from season 1 he wasn't that strong. He was strong. He was a captain of the third division, I mean, and he was a very strong captain, but he couldn't really stand amongst the where the captains were, the head of their divisions, you know what I'm saying? But once he donned the Kaiju number 10's suit, he could really stand toe to toe with the captains of the division, and really show that he is really strong, and he is just as strong as the captains of the of the defense force. So yeah, so I really like Hoshina. He's a really cool mentor. He mentors Kafka, and he is really cool, and I just really like him. So yeah, moving on. So my next character is Nanami. Nanami is a really awesome character as well. I'm pretty sure he's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, he's probably one of my favorites. And he comes in at the start of season 2, and we learn a lot about Nanami. Nanami, we find out a lot about him. He has 2 different types of Kaiju weapons. He has, these, Kaiju eyes that he can see into the future. It's like, if you ever watch One Piece, it's like observation haki, where he can see into the future, and feel the surroundings around him. He's got Byakugan from Naruto. That's the best way to describe it, or sensory haki from One Piece. And he is very fast, and he has a really awesome weapon that's also a gun. It's like a bladed weapon that has also a gun, and it very reminds me of Ruby. If you haven't seen that series, it reminds me of that type of weapon. So yeah. And Nanami is just really strong. He's just a really strong character, and he has a really cool personality, where he's, kind of a goofball, but then when he gets serious, he gets really serious, and he's just really awesome. So, yeah. Moving on. So the next character that I want to talk about is Kikuru Shinomiya. She is my favorite waifu of the series, my favorite girl character, and every single time you see her on the screen, she is a boss. She is such a powerful boss girl woman. She is such a cool character, and this is how you write a powerful girl character. None of this girl boss putting down men type of shitty characters. Okay, none of that. Kikuru is none of that. Not like those characters. She is definitely a character that can stand on her own with the boys and hold her own. She can literally hold her own, and she is a prodigy. And she gets her, she gets a really cool power up at the end of season 2, where she's fighting her evil clone. She's fighting her evil clone, and she, gets her mother's suit, and she gets, I think it was I don't remember what the number Kaiju weapon was, but she gets a suit that her mother wore, and her mother was really, really powerful as well, and she can fly. She has these pixie wings, and she's just a really badass character, and she has a really massive axe, and honestly, she's just a really cool badass character, a female character that is just like really awesome. So yeah, she's my favorite when it comes to my waifus. Let's move on. So the next one is Mina Ashido. So Mina is the love interest of of Kafka, the main character, and Mina, I do like her, but not as much as, like, let's say Kikuru. Like, I like Mina, and she's an okay character, and we do see a lot of her, and she's mainly a more reserved type of character, that she keeps her emotions in check, and she does, like Kafka, and she we can see the sort of like romance between those two, but we don't really focus on it because that's not the focus of the show, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so when it comes to Mina, she's a really awesome, charismatic character, and she has a lot of firepower. She's really good with, like, guns and everything like that. And we see her at the end of season 2. She's literally firing like a kaiju destroying cannon, and it's so awesome and so cool to see her doing that in season 2, and I just love it. So yeah. So let's move on to Furuhashi Hiyari. Furuhashi is a really awesome character as well. He has a lot of character development. He is the type of character that's not the best character in the show, and he notices that. He notices that he's not the best. He knows that he is not as strong as some of the other characters that are really, really strong, and he knows that where his limits are, and he knows how to push past his limits and be plus ultra and everything like that. And he really does go above and beyond what a side character should be, and he really does show that he has grit, and really does show that yes, he can stand amongst the main characters, and he's not just a side character that's just flicked to the side. You know what I'm saying? He is a really decent character, and I love how he progresses through the series and everything like that. So yeah, I really like Fushiguro. I'm from Furuhashi. Yeah, his name is really hard to say. Furuhashi. Let's move on. So the next character that I want to talk about is Reno Ichiga. So Reno is the a character that is basically the main character's sidekick. I want to say that. Yeah, he's basically the main character's sidekick, the second character that that is always with the main character, and you always see him sort of like trying to catch up to the main character, and he has his own sort of like character arc in the series where he gets Kaiju number 6, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he has ice powers, and he gets really cool with the ice powers and everything like that, with his gun, and he can freeze Kaiju, and he gets like a Kaiju suit that freezes different Kaiju and everything like that, and he's really fast, and it's supposed to be the strongest Kaiju that they've ever seen, and he's wielding this weapon, and he goes through a lot of character development, and him and also Furuhashi become sort of brothers throughout the series, and I really like that when it comes to these two characters and their development and everything like that. And we get a really awesome episode where they show those two characters taking down a kaiju, Reno and Furuhari. So yeah. We see that episode, and they take down this kaiju, and I really like it. So yeah, and it shows their brotherly bond, and them progressing as characters and showing that they're really strong and that they can take up the mantle of taking down a kaiju and everything like that. So yeah, so I really like Reno as a character. He's really cool, and yeah. The next sort of like character that I want to talk about is Kaiju number 10. Kaiju number 10 is really awesome. He's this like red raging kaiju that that Hoshina gets they both sort of like pair up at the end of season 2. Hoshina gets his kaiju suit, and it has like Kaiju number 10's sort of like personality and thoughts and everything like that in it. And yeah. And Kaiju number 10 is a really, really cool Kaiju, and yeah, I really like it. We also get introduced to Kaiju number 11, Kaiju number 12, Kaiju 13, 14, and 15. These Kaiju show up at the end of season 2. They are just various different Kaiju that the Defense Force captains have to take down. Kaiju number 15 is the one that turns into evil Kikuru. We got the one that like controls water, Kaiju number 11, that fights Nanami, and there's a bunch of other ones. Kafka takes down Kaiju number 13. It's really awesome. I'm getting to see all these different unique Kaiju that have like really awesome powers. Kaiju number 12 fights Hoshina, and yeah. And I think Mira, Mira, she fights Kaiju number 14. She fights Kaiju number 14. So yeah, and the main Kaiju that's like commanding all of these Kaiju are Kaiju number 9. Kaiju number 9 is the he is the boss of all the other Kaiju, and he creates these other Kaiju that attack the city. He is a very interesting Kaiju. Like I said, he is the evolving Kaiju, where he can like eat humans, and he gains their knowledge and their strength and understanding of the world, and he like evolves and grows stronger and stronger. That's basically who he is. And he absorbs and he eats the director of the Kaiju Association, Kikuru's dad, and he gains all of the knowledge from him, and he really does become a really big threat in season 2, and he learns all this knowledge, and he gets really stronger. He reminds me of a little bit of Cell from Dragon Ball Z, and he really does want to become the strongest Kaiju and everything like that, and he has a we end the season with Kaiju number 8 and Kaiju number 9 about to fight. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to he's really awesome as a threat, as a Kaiju. So yeah, the next character that I want to talk about is Isho Shinomiya, the director of the Kaiju Defense Force. So he is a very interesting character that doesn't really get a lot of screen time to really shine, in my opinion. I really wish that we would have seen a little bit more of him, but he does get a really cool fight with Kaiju number 8 and Kafka, and he at the end of season 1. And he has it's a really awesome fight, and he also has a really awesome fight with Kaiju number 9. But then, but at the end, he does die at the hands of Kaiju number 9, and he is a very sort of stern character. He reminds me a lot about Endeavor from My Hero Academia, but the difference between those two characters is Endeavor, has done a lot of things to his family, and he has a lot of regret and everything like that. Shinomiya, on the other hand, hasn't done anything that really bad to his family, in my opinion. From what I've seen, he did really love his daughter Kikuru, and he had a very good relationship with her mother and everything like that. And I really do. It was the only thing that was that he kind of did was kind of shut off, Kikuru and not really pay too much attention to her. That's like the only thing that I feel like Isho did wrong. He didn't really care about his like daughter that very much from the from the outside, but in the inside he really did care about his family and everything like that. And Isho, he was a really awesome character, and he did show that he was one of the strongest Defense Force members, and he had a really badass gauntlets that he wore, and he was really awesome. And I would have liked to seen him in his heyday. We did get a backstory of him a little bit, of him in his heyday, and it reminded me a bit like All Might from My Hero Academia, about his heyday. He was really strong, but then he got older and he couldn't be as strong as he used to be. So yeah. But I do really like him as a character, and I do really like his fights between Kaiju number 8 and also Kaiju number 9. They were really awesome fights. So yeah, I want to give an honorable mention to the next character, Rin Shinome. She is a one of the vice captains that shows off in at the end of season 2 when Kafka comes and saves her. She shows off that she's really strong and has a really strong heart, and she puts her heart and soul and just trying to stop one of the kaijus that Kafka defeats. And it was a really awesome show of power and everything like that from a side character that I didn't really care too much about, and I just wanted to give an honorable mention to her. She was an awesome character, even though we didn't really get to see very much of her. So yeah. And I think that is basically all the characters that I wanted to highlight throughout the series that really stood out to me. And also there's one more. Jingo. He is the one of the commanders of the Defense Force that helps out. He also helps out Ren and Fushigo and also Reno and also Furuhashi. Yeah, he helps out those two characters and becoming stronger and everything like that. We haven't really seen him in combat. I really hope we do, because it's said that he is really strong, but we haven't really seen him in combat, so I really hope that we do get to see him. So yeah. But that is basically the, and there are, various other characters that I would like to mention, but they don't really do all that too much. So it's not really, I can't really talk too much about them, because they don't really do that too much. So yeah. But overall, when it comes to Kaiju number 8, I really do enjoy this series overall. It's a really awesome, watch. I gave it an 8 out of 10 on my anime list. That was I gave season 1 about a 7 to like a good. It was all right. The animation was a bit choppy, but like season 2 of Kaiju number 8 was a good solid 8 or 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed the action and the animation, and everything about it was really cool, and it's honestly up there for one of the animes of the year. It's really awesome, and I really enjoyed the season 2 of Kaiju number 8. So yeah. Would I recommend this series for you? If you have not watched it, I would really recommend that you go and watch it. It's all out, season 1 and season 2, and it's all, subbed and also dubbed, and I really like the dubbed version of, Kaiju number 8, yeah, it's really awesome. Anyways, that is my review of Kaiju number 8, season 1 and 2. Put your thoughts down below of what you thought about Kaiju number 8, season 1 and season 2, and what's your favorite characters, what's your favorite, scene in the anime, and what's your favorite fight. Put your thoughts down below, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later, and have an awesome day.